Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a new video. And guys, like literally my hand feels so naked right now. My engagement ring is being resized and I've literally had it on for the past year. Like never taken it off once. So it just feels so weird to like have this skin bare. Anyways, today I'm going to share with you guys my updated skincare routine. That's why I have no real face makeup on right now. I actually do have some under eye concealer just because I didn't want to scare you guys. Because these under eye bags have been really real lately. I basically just wanted to share with you guys the product that I've been using on my skin lately. And for those of you who don't already know, I used to deal with really bad cystic acne. I used to get really awful breakouts. This was happening about a year and a half ago. But basically once I started incorporating some better skincare products, that was when my skin really cleared up. So I just figured this video would be helpful for those of you who are dealing with acne, for those of you who have very oily skin. I'm going to share with you some tips and stuff that I use to maintain my skin, keep it clear, and help it so that I don't get really harsh breakouts. Mind you, my skin is not perfect. Like I do still have texture. My pores are still pretty large around this area, but compared to how my skin used to be, like it's literally day and night. First of all, I wanted to share with you guys some things that I noticed that caused my skin to break out. That way you can be mindful if you are getting a lot of breakouts, if your skin is very oily. Be very careful with what you're eating. So I found out that eggs actually irritate my skin, and I used to eat eggs religiously every single morning. And now that I think about it, that was probably one of the sources of my super oily skin and my breakouts. But my skin was so oily and it was irritating my skin. So I stopped eating eggs. That made a difference. And then I noticed even now, like if I eat eggs maybe 3 consecutive days in a row, I will start noticing some texture and breakouts. So that's just something to be mindful of. Notice what you eat. Pay attention to how your skin is reacting to what you're putting in your body, and that could really help you out. What I use to clean my face day and night is my Lancôme Cream Radiance Cleanser. Get the larger one. This is the 6.7 fluid ounces. It's a clarifying cleanser. It foams for days. I'm not exaggerating. I use this much, that pea size, for the whole face, and it just lathers and lathers and lathers. This cleanser is a little bit up there in price, but mind you, I've had this exact tube for, I'm not kidding you, 2 years now. Yeah, 2 years. I should probably toss it by now, but my skin hasn't fallen off my face. I haven't gotten any more breakouts, so I continue to use it because it was expensive. So the large one retails for about $37. However, I found that whenever I was using my $5, $6 cleansers from like Walmart, I would have to replace them every 2 months. So honestly, it ends up adding up to paying way more than I do for this tube. And I feel like a good cleanser was really what I was missing for my skin, because I work in cosmetics, so I'm wearing makeup, foundation pretty much daily. And if you're not using a good cleanser to deep clean the skin and remove that makeup's just gonna build up, clog your pores, and is going to cause breakouts. Another tip, no matter what cleanser you're using, is to double cleanse your skin. So when you initially wash your face, that's just to like remove that first layer of impurities. Go ahead and lather your skin a second time after that initial wash, and that will really pull out any other leftover makeup, leftover dirt, or any buildup on the skin. One wash isn't going to deep clean it, and that was something that I wasn't doing before, which is why I think even more breakouts and oils were building up, because I would just wash it once and then all of that leftover gunk that was on the skin would just sit there day after day after day, and then that can really cause, I love how I'm talking with this still in the back of my hand. That was obviously causing like a buildup of oil and crap in my skin. So double cleanse your skin. Take that advice, it'll change your life. The next thing that I was skipping out for the longest, and I noticed a huge difference once I started using it, was toner. This is my Lancôme Tonic Radiance Toner. I mentioned this in my previous skincare video. This toner is a little bit more pricey. This one in particular was $44. However, this lasts me for about 8 months to a year. Do the math. You can either do the cheap ones and keep replacing them throughout the year, or get this and then you don't have to really worry about it for the next year. What's really awesome about this toner in particular is that it's an exfoliating toner. So not only is it going to remove that extra dirt and residue that your cleanser doesn't pick up, it also has exfoliants that are going to exfoliate the skin, remove any dead skin out the surface. That way it doesn't build up and clog your pores. And it's so crazy because I always thought toner was just kind of like a gimmick, like I didn't really see the point in it, but whenever I stop using toner, I can see the difference in my skin. I used to use the Clarisonic, and even with the Clarisonic, deep cleaning the skin, doing a double cleanse, without using a toner on like a cotton swab and wiping that on the skin, there is still leftover residue and dirt. I'm telling you, if you take a toner on a clean cotton swab, rub it over your skin, you'd be amazed by how much dirt and all that is left behind. Another reason why toner is so important is because it evens up the pH balance in the skin. It takes your skin about 6 hours to rebalance itself out after you cleanse it. You're stripping up of its natural oils, so it takes a little bit for it to balance back out. What toner does is it's going to balance it out immediately, so that way your skin's not working hard and stressing itself out trying to balance everything out. And when your skin isn't under that stress, you're less likely to get breakouts, less likely to get wrinkles. So toner is so important. I wanted to share with you guys another toner that I use, and this is the Dickinson's Witch Hazel toner. Be careful with this toner if your skin is drier. The next step that I do in my skincare regimen, and this is something that I actually just recently started doing, was exfoliating. About 4 times a week, I'll switch out my regular cleanser for an exfoliator. I'll do it either during the day or at night, it doesn't really matter. Exfoliating the skin at least 3 to 4 times a week, it's gonna again remove any dead skin that's building up, and that way it doesn't clog the pores. It's also helped with like a ton of discoloration that I had on this side of my face. So you just really want to remove any of that dead skin, and you'll see how much more radiant and clear your skin is. It makes such a difference. The exfoliator that I've been using is the Mineralized Volcanic Ash Exfoliator by MAC. It's really gritty, but without being too harsh on the skin. I highly recommend this one. This one's gonna pull out any impurities in the skin as well. I swear by this. Another good exfoliator that I used to use was the Apricot Scrub. And I used to literally just get the Target brand one. So Apricot Scrub or this one, I highly recommend. I like to use a mask. Honestly, I haven't been using them as much lately, so normally I'll just use it like once a week, once every 2 weeks. Whenever I notice that my skin is getting like larger pores or more buildup, I'll go in with either of these masks. This is the MAC Mineralized Reset Revive Charcoal Mask, and then I also use the Clinique Acne Solution. The whole thing about this MAC Mineralized Mask is that literally it shows pores that you didn't even know you had. So you put this on and it literally just sucks out any dirt or buildup in the skin. It's literally like a magnet, just sucking it all out, and like, it's crazy. Like, it'll show you every little indentation on your face. It's like the coolest thing ever. I normally just use my Clinique Acne Solutions one if I have a couple pimples that I just want to like suck the life out of right away. Sometimes I sleep with these on. I know you're not supposed to, but I leave them on for quite a good time. Now, I don't know how many times I've mentioned this in my videos. You guys are probably like sick of it by now. To hydrate my skin, I use none other than organic coconut oil. This one is the like Great Value Walmart brand one. Any coconut oil will work. I just recommend getting like organic coconut oil. That's normally what I purchase, and it works great for my skin. Coconut oil, I'm not kidding you, is like the source of what really started balancing out my skin, holding that oil and just like taking out any buildup. Basically, coconut oil, it's like a natural disinfectant, so it's gonna remove any of those impurities. And I remember it was actually one of my close friends. She was telling me how to try coconut oil for the skin, how it's supposed to help with breakouts and all of that. That was when my skin was like at its roughest. So at that point, I really had nothing to lose. And I remember her telling me like, look, it might make your skin worse before it gets better, but give it about 3 weeks and it should level off and balance it out. So I was like, okay, cool. So I tried it, and at first I honestly couldn't tell you if it made my skin more irritated or not, because my skin was already like very broken out at the time, so really wasn't much of a difference. But after a few weeks of using it, literally the breakouts and all that started just disappearing, and like it's honestly kind of emotional. Like it really, because it was such a it's such a hard time, especially me working in like cosmetics. My face is like what people are looking at. So a lot of people would, you know, tell me about my skin, tell me to go see a dermatologist, and it was just hard to hear at that time. I was like 18, 19, so so yeah, coconut oil changed my life, but it literally just, it cleared my skin so much. And I remember trying so many different moisturizers, so many different skincare products that were just making my skin worse. And this, like, it saved my life, and it's $4.99, like $6. Now mind you, my skin was super oily at the time, and you may think like it's absolutely insane to put oil on oily skin, but I promise you I'm not lying when I tell you that it balanced out the oils on my skin. Using this, since this is a non-sebum clogging oil, it's not going to clog any of the pores in my skin. It'll actually pull out any impurities. So by using this on top of my very oily skin, it honestly helped balance out the oils. So with this, I don't get nearly as shiny as I used to. Like, I used to be a grease ball in my T-zone by midday. It doesn't matter what foundation primer I was using, it was gone. By using this, I can use a very radiant foundation, I can use a very matte foundation, and my skin will still stay balanced throughout the day because of coconut oil. I use this during the day. I just use a very, like a dime size amount, and I really massage it into my skin. When I use it at night, I literally take like a really big scoop and just lather it on my face, almost like a night mask. At night, your skin loses 50% of its moisture. That's also when your skin is doing the most recovering. It's just getting itself prepped for the next day. So if you use coconut oil at night, it will transform your skin. If you're oily and you're hesitant to try it during the day, start using it at night when your skin is like just recuperating itself, and then that way you won't have the concerns of it possibly making your skin more oily throughout the day. Try it at night. Once you love it, start using it during the day. I promise you, this is like what cleared up my skin. I get so passionate when talking about coconut oils and stuff. But it's also really good for your hair. Like, my hair has grown literally so much in the past year. It's already down to my belly button. And that's due to like coconut oil masks and all that stuff. And then last but not least, the final step in my skincare is eye cream. Now I'm using this Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair Eye Cream. Clinique has a really good eye cream, the All About Eyes eye cream. I really love that one. I find that whenever I use eye cream, my concealer and foundation around my under eye goes on so much smoother. And especially with the whole baking trend, if you're going to use a lot of powder or anything under the eyes, make sure that area is nice and hydrated. This area is so thin, you want to start hydrating it like right now, because it dries out the quickest, then you get wrinkles faster. So just by staying on top of it now and hydrating it, you'll avoid having to get fillers and all that later. Alright guys, so that wraps up my skincare regimen. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I know that some of the products that I talked about, like the cleansers and toners, are a little bit on the pricier side, but honestly, it's just that I'm so passionate now about taking care of my skin that is like the one area that I will splurge in. I can use drugstore foundations, drugstore concealers. I feel like skincare is like the most important aspect of beauty and all that you should invest in, more so than like foundations and makeup, because you can spend $60, $70 on a foundation or on a primer, but if you're not using good skincare, that's a waste of money. Like, honestly, it's not going to sit as good on your skin. With these products, I can use drugstore foundation and it'll still sit nice on my skin, if you know what I mean. So it balances out. Like I said, the cleanser and toner, they last a lot longer than some of the cheaper ones. So instead of having to replace them as often, they literally have lasted me, I'm not kidding you, like 2 years. But yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you found it helpful, if you got some really good tips, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys want to see next. I love and appreciate you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!